Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dancing Oracle with Najia for a series of most requested celebrity readings, all for entertainment purposes only, and a deep delve into connecting to spirit through tarot and oracle. So today, the first reading I'm going to do was something that was requested a month ago about Johny, about his UK case. And again, on a special video I made where everybody can make requests for the month. So I can do this pretty much every month and check out the latest request. It is called, Taking Tarot Requests for Celebrities. Okay? So all you have to do is go, here we go there. And if you have a request, not Johny, because I'm doing a whole bunch of Johny videos today, you could still put your request there. Maybe I'll do him again later in the month. But and I have done a lot of Keanu, so I'm going to give it a little break. I'm sure I'll circle back to him. But if you have any other celebrities, I just kind of see who's most popular. You could still put Johny and Keanu in there. Um, but I'll probably for November make another video like that to have a whole fresh um, line of requests in the comments, okay? And I just want to keep them all in one place so that I can find them and keep track of them. I've been overwhelmed with comments, and I'm really happy to have them because I love hearing from you and seeing what you like and what resonates with you and the validation, because I really don't know anything about these celebrities, although I know a little bit about Keanu, but I know nothing about the others. Uh, they haven't shown up on my feed. Like it's like Keanu's, after I did some of his readings, some other readers showed up on my feed, and some other things about him showed up on my feed, like up next on YouTube. So I would just watch them and see why everyone really loves him. But the first thing I'm going to do is the United Kingdom court case. Just get a feel for the energy around that, see the near future and long-term future possible outcomes, as well as cards on the past. And since I'm doing all this, you know, in my free time, it would help if you bought me a cup of coffee. If you want to support the channel, it's only $5 to buy me a cup of coffee, and it's in the description box. Or come and have a reading with me, all right? And that also helps support the channel. Or take belly dance classes. All those things help support the channel and the time I put into it. All right, so I'm going to start. And I want to just clear the energy. That's what I'm doing, basically. We got our fall themed fire here. Oh my gosh. It is fun to get pumpkin and maple and cinnamon and anything to celebrate the seasons. You know, I love autumn. It's my, I don't know, I think autumn, there's something about it because it's a new beginning for me. It's my birthday month, September, when, you know, autumn comes in the third week of September. And it's also nice because I have that tail end of summer to say goodbye. I love you, summer. But, gosh, it's everything is transitioned to wearing pumpkin colors and fall colors, if you've noticed on my videos lately. So the sage clears positive and negative energy from previous readings, so I can concentrate on Johnny Depp. I'm using different cards, using very different cards today. They have the astrological symbols on them, although I've memorized the meanings of all the cards, reversed and upright. I get a little flaky on the astrology associated with the cards. I do know which element they are. That's easy enough. Fire, earth, air, water. Very easy because it's pentacles, wands, swords, and cups. One of the things besides the entertainment aspect of this reading, or any reading I do, is anyone who's interested in learning tarot will get a lot of information just by watching my videos, because I do explain everything, okay, that I do. And I work with a traditional spread. I just fit it in a different format so it fits on my table. And so the fire element is wands. So when we get these wands with little leaf sprigs on them, you'll see that that has a lot to do with creativity and passion and vitality. When you see the pentacles, the coins, that's the earth element. That has a lot to do with power and money and your physical health, you know, your resources. The cups are the water element, related to love, things that come from the heart, emotional sensitivities. And swords are the element of air. They're communication vehicles and truth. Had a very interesting card for Johnny in the other reading. I'm just feeling where I'm supposed to cut the deck. That's kind of what I do as I tune in. I'm getting the signal to shuffle more. So if you are trying to learn to be a reader or learn to be more intuitive, you have to listen on the inner, right? Otherwise, and you get quiet inside. So it is a little hard to talk. To talk and to anyway, to talk and to go within, like a meditation feeling, at the same time. But I'm working on it, and that's why it is really interesting for me to do YouTube celebrity readings, to see if I can tune in this manner. All right. So the first card I get is it's based on the Celtic cross, except I'm going to do them all across to fit on this little mat. So the first card, Seven of Swords. You know, there's a lot of betrayal. Someone's trying to, get away with something. You see how they're sneaking away and saying, I'm taking what I think is mine. And this has a lot to do, again, the swords I told you have a lot to do with, I'm just going to lay all the cards out and I'll talk more about them, just so you can see that I'm not putting the cards in some kind of order. I totally tune into spirit. I have no clue until I lay them out. Oh, this is already looking, it's already looking good for him. Wow. This is so interesting. Spirit, the cards, as one of my favorite readers, Ellie from Australia, says, the cards are listening. I'm actually using Ellie's layout for the Celtic cross meanings. I thought, God, the cards are really listening. Wow. Interesting. Oh man, that's a rough one. Okay, and then and again, the cards are listening because look what's on the bottom of the deck. Justice. This, has to do with the law and karma and dealing with the court system as well, the court. So we'll look at the bottom of the deck cards later, but I'll just show you some of them so you know. I mean, I heard sometimes people, um, think readers set up the cards. Oh my God, who the hell has time to even calculate what that would be? It's like it would be like formulating a chess game. It would be crazy. But all right, here's my cards fitting in. You can see them, and I'm going to start holding them up. And then I'll talk about them for you, tell you the meanings. All right. So the first thing is the Seven of Wands. And I told you that it's like somebody like very sneaky, making strategically, like really like a chess game in a way, too. They're smart. They're using their intelligence. They're thinking. They're devising a plan in how to get away with something, like even trickery, like just. I mean, lawsuits are very tricky. Oh my God. It sounds like, yeah, the cards are listening, and I know that the case he had to do with literally someone trying to get away with something, and this, and there was reputation issues. I don't really know a whole lot. People were trying to tell me in the comments, and my memory is gone from a couple weeks ago when someone explained it to me. But sevens are always regaining or losing control, like an assessment, like making choices, you know, spiritual assessment, like assessing things. And this is, of course, the air element, and it's associated with Aquarius, just in case you're interested. And what's really interesting is the Queen of Wands is in the obstacle. Oh my God. So that is somebody, a woman who is like a virus or a viral energy. And someone who's really selfish and jealous and insecure. So there's someone who is actually like charismatic, and she can draw people in, and like a virus, like a destructive energy. So I find that really interesting that that is his obstacle. And from what I think the UK case is about, related to his relationship, I only heard like one part about something pooping on that she was pooping on the bed to make him. I just had to turn it off. I couldn't deal with it. I said, "Oh God, that energy is so bad." But this sounds like that person. Oh my God. So that's what's blocking him, is this energy, this viral energy that's built up from that person. And his conscious thoughts are, you know, the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is someone who's, or the conscious thoughts of the court. I'll just say that. Because this could be him, this could be the court, because we're just dealing with the UK case. But it has to do with giving and receiving, having a fair share, fair sharing, a balance. You see the scales, and they're deciding who to give to. And it is money, it's money related. This is Pentacles. And it has to, it all has to do with trying to find balance and harmony and have empathy, fairness. Um, and it's related to Taurus, if anyone's interested, because I'm using these cards for the astrological symbols. And in the subconscious is, um, like an emotional fulfillment, like feel. So in the subconscious, there's this feeling of being alone because it's a nine, and and then someone is able, has all this to give and is happy that they can give still, right? And it's all about wish fulfillment. So someone is hoping to have stability and emotional stability, okay? As and feeling contentment, someone is focusing on their contentment and gratitude and focusing on what they have that they can give. So this is somebody who's feeling alone but still wants to be able to give. And that's in the subconscious. So that's really interesting. I didn't realize that about Johnny. I don't know anything about him, um, other than he might like to drink and he's got all the cups. But yeah, I think he liked to share his wine at his table with his friends and the people he loves. And he's trying to be fair in some manner, trying to do what's fair, but he's trying to do it in maybe a stealth manner because he's dealing with like someone who's ruthless and a little crazy. Okay. So, or maybe a lot crazy. Okay. Anyway, in the recent past, he has dealt with a woman in the past, okay, where it's a Queen of Pentacles reversed. It has a lot to do with financial stability, but because it's reversed, there's a problem with that. That person squandered resources and has a lot of conflict, jealousy, right? And there's an aspect of the Queen of Pentacles, it's a mother card. So there could also be an aspect of either that there was a feeling of being smothered, like over cared for. I'm not sure what that's all about. I would need to hear from you in the comments. There's, there's a difficult balance between work life and home life when it's reversed. There's been a lot of conflict in that area with his home life in relation to financial issues. And again, a lot of jealousy, like the other queen. When these queens are reversed, the fire and earth elements, man, they just bring up a lot of jealousy. But very good news for the near future, because we're showing him as the King of Pentacles. Nice. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen in this case, but he will be okay financially, because this king, if you see, he so there's lots, he's got the castle, he's on the throne. His entire robe is, can you see the grapevines, which represent non-ending abundance? And there's so much abundance, you can't tell the difference between his robe and the actual flora uh, and vines surrounding him. There's so much. And do you see the look of confidence in his face? And he's got his scepter, he's ruling. So Johnny rules in the near future, okay? There's no worries that he will not do well financially. He'll be fine, regardless of what happens with this case. Um, he's okay financially. Um, Now, the card that represents him, oh my God. So this is so cool. When I have to like shuffle a lot and you're like, gosh, why is that reader shuffling so much? I have to wait till the cards energetically, 78 cards in two different positions. So that's 164 cards have to line up to tell his story about him and line up in certain positions that have a certain meaning. So I just think this is so fun. And it's also, there's no pressure on me because I'm not doing a reading personally for someone. I'm dealing with their emotions. This is kind of for entertainment and educational purposes. But I just think Spirit is amazing. And you can tune into Spirit too. Everyone can tune into Spirit. He got the Hierophant reversed. You could look that up on Google. You go on Google and you look up Hierophant reversed. And it's in the position that represents Johny. He is a man that goes against the grain. This is all about, I do know that about him because I saw his early acting career. He does such a variety of roles and they're always like offbeat. I mean, at least I think I saw all kinds of different ways he played it in all these different roles, like from years and years ago in his 20s and maybe 30s. Anyway, he's really unconventional. He may be foolish at times. He's very unorthodox. Because if this were upright, this is like very conservative, orthodox, follow the path that we're all supposed to go, government, school, education, whatever. And he's the opposite of that. Oh my God, this is so, this, and he goes with blind faith. That's also the card of blind faith, maybe how he got mixed up in what he got mixed up in. And listen, relationships take two. So I'm sure, you know, no one's perfect. I'll just say that. So, but I think that he might have gone into this blindly from, because he's just goes against the grain, cares about freedom and what he wants to do. Just only cares about what he wants to do. And the card that represents his environment, and we're thinking about this UK case, it's really interesting because it's overseas. This is all about expansion overseas and preparation, progress, foresight, enterprise, overseas opportunities. This is just like what is going on in his environment with his luck, his passion, his trying to make something fruitful out of a dry stick and create a bud coming out. And using a lot of intellect. Do you see the yellow? The intellect? This is a fire card, and it's associated with Aries. So it's the first stage of completion. You're dealing with triplicities, number 3. This is 3 of Wands, and it's that first stage of completion, and that's what's going on in his environment. It's overseas, literally in the, we're looking at overseas from our viewpoint in the UK. And we have a difficult card in the hopes and fears. This is the card that is causing him anxiety, all right? I hope is anxiety. I hope. And fear is obviously anxiety. And he has the King of Wands in reverse. That's the king that can normally walk through fire and do anything. It's really charismatic. But in reverse, it's like it's all been turned upside down on him because he is a very charismatic person. And it's showing like there's a fear of impulsiveness and ruthlessness. Ruthlessness for sure. High expectations, haste. There's a lot of haste and unachievable expectations in regard to this case. And it's hard to say exactly what will happen in the outcome with this case in the long term. Whether, I do think he may get, he'll be okay financially no matter what in the short term. But in the long term, he's got the 3 of Swords. And that's a lot of heartbreak. I mean, he's left with that emotional pain of the divorce, loss, depression, a lot of suffering. So I think these cards are underneath it, connected to each other in the spread. I'll show you again. So they're connected. And it shows, although he's okay financially, his heart is broken. and his mind, because like these are swords, they're daggers, and they're words, the words that has been spoken. Swords also have to do with the law. There's like real heartache, can even be heart problems. I mean, it can mean that. It could mean heart surgery. This card has many meanings. But in regard to the case, I just see him, I'm sensing him when it's over. He feels the full weight of in his heart, you know? So he's probably been trying to keep it all together and get through it and still have his career and his life and family and everything. But this, bottom of the deck is what's going on in the here and now. He's dealing with getting justice. It's a karma card, all right? So he's trying to get justice. And he's there's been a lot of hard work put into this case to get the money, and just waiting for something, and trying to balance this, just trying to balance the money, trying to juggle and, be adaptable. And sorry, I keep saying I gotta stop that. I watch my videos. Well, he is feeling really weighed down. He's got the wand in reverse, the one that wants to give him a new start. If it were upright, he would be feeling his passion, virility. Oh, I gotta get a new start in life. But it's the opposite. He's really depressed. So that's what's going on now. There is a lot of compassion for him with the Queen of Cups energy. He is going through a lot of sleepless nights, obviously. This card couldn't be more clear. But with the Five of Cups reversed, he is now going to start to let go of all that grief that he has experienced. When it's upright, you're really dealing with the grief and you're only focusing on the loss and you're not looking at the love you still have. But when it's in reverse, what you still have left, you start to see that more than what you've lost, and you're ready to move on from that grief because of this incredible tower moment that hit him like a bolt of lightning that just ripped up his life. So I think that's an interesting read. Let me check the number, angel oracle numbers, and maybe do a clarifier card for I want to do a clarifier card for the last card I pulled. Go pull it from another deck, or maybe I'll reshuffle this one, but I'll show it to you. The three, oh yeah, I know, the three of swords. I know exactly. All right. So let me get another deck. Okay, we'll use this one. Tiny little deck. I can't really shuffle it well, but I will spread them out because I only have to pull one card. So it's not a big deal. It is not a big deal. Okay, so and we got the fire. Okay, show you what I'm doing. In case I know some of the other readers get hassled. Poor Ellie, man. Ellie dreams down under. I love watching her. If you like learning about reversals in tarot, you will learn a lot by watching her as well as watching me. And well, she makes me laugh. Okay. So this is the clarifier for the long-term outcome. The Three of Swords, stabbing the heart, the ultimate heartbreak. Ultimate heartbreak. It's so, I mean, you saw all the cards, and if you look up the meaning of the cards on Google, even if you don't have books, just go on Google and you will see like there's so I could make this video 5 hours and talk about all the meanings in depth, but we don't want to do that. I'm trying to do some shorter readings. I'm feeling like this is the card right there. Wait a minute. I got to put my glasses on. See what? Yeah, that's the one right there. Let's just see. The Fool. Oh man. Oh, at least it's upright. Okay. I pulled it upright in my viewpoint. Okay. So, all right. We talked about how Johny is the Hierophant in reverse. Very unorthodox, can be foolish, just does what he wants to do. He really follows his own, he goes with blind faith. This is a blind faith card, literally a blind faith card. The traditional card is a man like a bit like a hobo. He's given up all his possessions. He just has like a little scarf tied up with a couple belongings on a stick, and he's about to walk off a cliff with blind faith. And all he has is this little doggy with him, and he's on an adventure. He's just trusting the universe. So even though Johny has this heartache, tremendous heartache after this UK case, he is going to experience a fresh new beginning. He's optimistic. He processes his pain, and then he's like, okay, I'm just going to go on. Maybe I will find the love of my life. And he's going to be okay financially no matter what. But where his life is really hurting him is in his heart. And this Fool card, I'm just going to show you. I'm not familiar with this one. This is a new deck for me. Looks like there's an eclipse going on. A lunar eclipse. I mean, it could be a solar eclipse and everything's dark. Because normally in the regular Fool card, the sun is shining bright. Oh no, it's not a lunar eclipse. What is that above the... Because wait, there can't be a lunar eclipse because there's the moon. What is that? What? They don't tell you. There's no book for this. That little circle. It looks like an eclipse, but it can't be because the moon is already there. Unless the artist was predicting the future that we would have 2 moons. By the way, do you know we have 2 moons for Earth now? The other one's teeny tiny. They discovered it. It's something that came into our atmosphere recently. This Fool card, I'm just absorbing it. It's a very different one. It's in the nighttime. And Johny, he's a bit of a dark soul, a little bit. I mean, he is not one who is represented by the traditional Fool. This is what the traditional Fool card looks like. All that sun shining on you. You're ready to walk off that cliff. You don't care. You just say the universe is going to lift me up and give me wings. But I think Spirit had me pull from this deck, the Fool card, because he is an unusual guy. Remember, he's unorthodox. And, there's this pelican on this piece of wood with a life draft on it. And it looks like it's in the middle of the ocean and it's dark out. And the moon is out. I'm not sure what this other disc is. What is that? A UFO? I have to see if there was no book that came with this, but maybe I'll look online and see if there's an actual book for the artist renditions, this unusual deck. But this would represent him. He's going to have a new beginning. The full card is the first card in the deck. It's it's also in a way the last. It's because it has no number. It's like a zero. So it's not the number one, like, which is really new beginning. So it's that in between phase between ending something and starting new. I'll also quickly pull an angel number for him because I didn't want this to be too long, because I'm dividing all his questions up into separate readings so they don't get too long. Because it does take time to tune in, right? So if you don't know about angel numbers, there are certain repeating sequences of numbers that people often get, and there's meaning. You know, numbers are based on geometry, and there's meanings in the in numbers and geometric patterns and cycles of life. So I'm getting already. I divided the deck. Oh, I should have should. I trust me. I am not planning anything. It's just wisdom. Number 9. Wow. Okay, Spirit is listening. The cards are listening to Spirit, however you want to look at it. All right, let me put this away so I get it out of the way. And I know that 9s are having to do with being alone and feeling isolated. They're also coming to the end of a cycle because everything goes from 1 to 9 to 10. 10 is like a 0. 10 is like the full card. It's like in between ending something and starting something new. But generally in numerology, everything is in cycles 1 through 9. Okay? So this card is all about wisdom and having your angel hovering over you as you contemplate, as he's contemplating his heart and getting still within. It says, you have gained sufficient experience to take charge of your destiny. Take a moment to tap into the wisdom within and trust the guidance of your inner compass. Isn't that interesting? Because it's related to the Fool card and the Hierophant in reverse. That's so interesting. I do love doing these celebrity readings just to see how all the readings relate to each other in the cards. It's so interesting. Your perceived failures and past missteps have fine-tuned your rhythm and built the strength you need to set yourself free. Wow, I know enough about him that this card makes sense. I may not know a lot about him, but I know that this card makes sense in regard to everything he's been through with his breakup and court cases. So I didn't know there were 2 of them. I didn't know there was one in the US and UK until the comment section led me to what's going on. But anyway, I also want to read this again because sometimes what the way spirit works is you have an interest in Johnny Depp, and you're led to my readings with Johnny Depp, but maybe the messages that I have for Johnny about Johnny are actually for you. You never know. So I'm going to read this again. I'm going to get this closer to me. And I think that this card's message is meant for a lot of people in my Johnny Depp audience. All right? So listen in about wisdom, number 9. You have gained sufficient experience to take charge of your destiny. Take a moment to tap into the wisdom and trust the guidance of your inner compass. Just take that in. That's beautiful. Your inner compass. That's where it is. That's your inner compass. Your perceived failures and past missteps have fine-tuned your rhythm and built the strength you need to set yourself free. So those who asked a question about Johny and his issues, the unfair, what you felt was, I don't know what actually went on in the case, but I think you felt there was unfair treatment in this case. And it's probably because the reason you're asking is maybe you can relate. Maybe you feel there's been unfair treatment in your life and you're rooting for Johny. You're like, Johny, I want you to win because you're watching his case and you're just trying to feel that gain and that winning within yourself. So I think this card is meant for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And if you did, you could buy me coffee. It's in the description box. I would most appreciate it. No one's bought me coffee yet. I'm dying to see what happens when someone buys me coffee. I want to see how it gets to me, how it arrives. I'm sure I'll get an email notification. I'm waiting for my presents like a kid waiting for Santa Claus. I'm it's a whole new world for me on YouTube, going back to YouTube and really going in with a deep dive this year. And I really appreciate you watching. Please share, like, subscribe. It helps it helps me continue what I'm doing. Thank you. Bye.